Hello and welcome to the Car Truth Report, bringing you the car truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, unless we get it wrong. I'm your host with the most hostesses, Noor Elahi. Thank you for joining us. Today on the report, the truth about the Dodge Demon. But first, are you young and cool or old and uncool enough to wear a leather jacket? If so, you're going to like this. We would like to announce our very first contest. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away this wicked CTR leather jacket. The winner will be chosen from the comments, and you must be a subscriber to win. And now on to the news. With great fanfare and basically a middle finger to Hellcat owners, FCA CEO GMO NCIS Sergio Marconi announced the Challenger Hellcat Demon. This 850 horsepower track-prepped incarnation of the Hellcat summons some pretty neat tricks. The Demon has a transmission brake, basically slick tires, and even uses the AC to pre-cool the air going into the engine. This new king of the drag isn't taking any prisoners. The Demon is reported to pull 1.8 Gs off the line and can do a rad wheelie in stock form. The car is not without its detractors, however. One particular automotive journalist at the website automotivenews.com managed to spill his opinion all over his lap in a recent article.
The 840 horsepower Dodge Challenger SRT Demon from Fiat Chrysler is so inherently dangerous to the common safety of motorists that its registration as a road-worthy automobile should be banned. We don't reach this conclusion lightly. There are more powerful, even faster vehicles available from other automakers that are rightly street legal.
I don't quite follow, but let's see where they're going with this.
From its barely legal slick tires to its monstrous acceleration, the Challenger Demon introduced in New York this month is the result of a sequence of misguided corporate choices that places bragging rights ahead of public safety.
That makes a lot of sense because, of course, adding tires that can actually handle the power that a Hellcat motor puts out is a bad idea. And to prove once and for all they have no clue what they're talking about, they close out their editorial with this little gem.
To borrow a phrase from Ralph Nader, the Demon remains unsafe at any speed.
That's about as accurate as a Shaquille O'Neal free throw. It's about as accurate as I was after graduating from the Helen Keller School for Sharpshooting. In fact, that line is so bass-ackwards that it makes my head hurt, and I'm pretty sure it's actively killing brain cells. What everyone's favorite 2000 presidential election swinger Ralph Nader was talking about is the general lack of give-a-damn that automakers in the 50s and 60s seem to have towards the safety of its car's occupants, and more specifically about the Corvair, which had so many design flaws that it was, as he saw it, unsafe at any speed. Why the huge outcry over a car that will be made in limited numbers and mostly driven on the drag strip? While the apparently safe vanilla Dodge Hellcat was marketed as a car for the street with a totally safe 707 horsepower and sold in much higher numbers, somehow that was A-okay. Where was the outcry over all the V8 Mustangs with their live rear axles, which have been documented to be thirsty for pedestrian blood? How about the Wranglers, while great for the trail, are downright deadly in a sudden avoidance maneuver? And how are the cars that are made with even more power than the Demon somehow safe for the road while the Demon is not? How does putting better tires and suspension in a car somehow make it less safe? Anyone who has ridden in a track-prepped car on the street will tell you they are not very comfortable, to say the least. So acting like people are going to be buying Demons and doing cross-country drag races in them is being disingenuous at the very least. So in conclusion, my head still hurts, but we can determine a few truths. Is the Dodge Demon safe for the street? Not really. Is the Dodge Demon going to be driven on the street? Not that much. Is the Dodge Demon really a threat to public safety? Not really. Should the Dodge Demon be banned like lawn darts? Tell us in the comments, and please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notify button, and send us money so I can take my girlfriend out for a fancy date at the Olive Garden.